Hello and welcome to the fourth tutorial of Cambridge 1 Mastery. In this tutorial, we're going to look at activating a teacher's code or using a teacher's code to activate the teacher's content on a course. If you remember from our last tutorials, we managed to create a class and we managed to add a student. And we did all of this without actually having any kind of teacher's code. And we could be using that content and assigning work on, say, Practice Extra and the ungated materials, okay? But we do need the teacher's code because you get so much extra stuff there. Before I show you how to activate, it's worth pointing out there are really two ways you can get a teacher's code. One is from the teacher's book. It should be on the inside cover. And the other is via your sales representative. Okay, they can give you the codes. You can only use a code once. Okay, so if it's in the teacher's book and you use it, then someone else in your staff room or your school won't be able to use that code. Okay, but with this code, you can activate a whole load of wonderful things. Now, you can activate your content in many different ways and in different areas on the platform. I'm going to briefly go to my library. Okay, so until now we've been looking at my classes where we've got class 2A. If you go to my library, you can see this big button here, which is activate materials. Okay, if I click on that, you'll get an interactivation code, and that would allow me to activate the materials. Or I can go back into my classes, go into class 2A, and I can activate through the actions button here, where again, activate course materials. You get the same box popping up. Or I can actually go into the materials. Now remember, when you look at your materials, some of them are ungated. So things like practice extra, you can use immediately. You don't need your code. But other things like presentation plus, it'll say enter the code. Same with the really valuable teacher's resource bank. So it doesn't matter where you enter your code, okay? That doesn't matter. The important thing is that you do it, and you can do it in a number of places. So I'm going to copy my code. They're quite long, okay? And then I enter it here, and I click activate, okay? And it can take a little bit of time. It might take up to about 5 minutes to do this, okay? So whilst this is happening, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to start again once the content has been activated. Okay, so we've now activated our materials. And if you look down here in the materials for your class, you can see Teachers Resource Bank and Presentation Plus are now available. We're going to very quickly look at these because they're wonderful resources. So if I click on Teachers Resource Bank, it'll now open up and we've got all these sections: Teacher's Book, resource worksheets, literature worksheets, tests, class audio, new resources. And if we click on these, you see they go further down. You get documentary video worksheets, blog worksheets, grammar presentations, grammar worksheets, and you click further and you get grammar worksheets basic, standard, and extension for mixed ability classes. There's so much here, okay? I go back and keep moving back, and I'll very quickly open up Presentation Plus. This is what is used in the classroom with interactive whiteboards or a projector. It's your full book that you can project onto the screen, and I'll just click on a certain section. It has interactive activities, it has all the audios, it has the transcripts, and you can jump, of course, between student's book, workbook, and of course your teacher's book as well. And this needs a whole section really to discuss it. So we're not going to go into this in detail later, but we'll talk about how you learn about that in a later tutorial. Okay. I think the most important thing here is that you feel comfortable activating codes, and you know that you can do them and activate them in a number of different places. And once you've done that, you'll see your content is bookmarked in your library. And of course, you can come in here and you can look at all the materials that are available to you. Okay, we're going to be looking in a bit more detail at the library in the next tutorial. So thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you soon.